My mother worked the night shift at a psychiatric hospital. She tells me never to visit her at work. It's not a place you should see, she said. Last week, she rushed out of the house and accidentally left her lunch behind. Wanting to surprise her, I took the bag and headed to the hospital. The building felt strange the moment I arrived. The reception desk was empty. The hallways were silent. On the walls hung dozens of patient photographs, but every face was blurred, as if someone had erased them with black paint. I found my mother's office. The door was open. Her coat was on the chair. Her phone was on the desk, but she was nowhere to be seen. Then a voice whispered behind me, "Are you looking for her?" I turned around. A man stood behind a glass divider. His eyes were wide and looked terrified. I tried to warn her, he said, but she didn't listen. My throat tightened. I asked, "Warn her about what?" Without answering, he slowly pointed behind me. I turned. No one was there. When I looked back, the man had gone. The hallway was empty again. Feeling uneasy, I searched the building and I found a nurse and asked, "I'm looking for my mother, Sarah. Have you seen her? She works here." The nurse stared at me in confusion. She said softly, "Your mother hasn't worked here for almost 9 months." My heart skipped a beat. "That's impossible. She left for work tonight." The nurse hesitated. After a long silence, she whispered, "Your mother wasn't an employee here." I froze. "What do you mean?" The nurse swallowed hard. "She was our last patient. 9 months ago. She died during the night shift. After that incident, this entire wing was permanently closed." A chill ran through my body. She looked down at the lunch bag in my hands. The nurse's eyes widened in horror. "You didn't," she whispered. "You didn't give that lunch bag to anyone, did you?" "No," I whispered. The nurse grabbed my arm and said, "We need to leave. Right now." As she pulled me down the corridor toward the exit, I looked back over my shoulder one last time. The dim overhead lights of the hallway flickered violently. In the distance, the door to my mother's abandoned office slowly creaked open. A figure stepped out into the hallway. It wore the same dress my mother had while leaving the house. "Mom!" I shouted. I ran toward her, but as it turned its head toward me, its face didn't have features. It was a chaotic smear of black charcoal, completely blurred out. Then she began walking toward us. The nurse pulled me into a nearby office and slammed the door shut. "What is happening?" I whispered. Tears filled her eyes. "After your mother died, strange things started happening in this wing. Patients kept saying a woman visited them at night. They would follow her voice into empty rooms. The tapping started on the other side of the door. A familiar voice spoke. "Sweetheart, open the door. It's me." My chest tightened. It sounded exactly like my mother. The nurse covered her ears. The voice came again, softer this time. "Honey, I brought your favorite food." For a moment, I almost opened the door. Then I remembered something. My mother never called me honey. She always used my nickname. The voice outside stopped. Then an angry scream echoed through the hallway. The lights went out. When the light came back on, everything was quiet. The tapping was gone. The voice was gone. We waited until sunrise. When we finally stepped outside, the morning sun had risen. The hospital looked ordinary, but an uneasy silence was in the air. The nurse handed me a folder. "Your mother left this for you." Inside was a note written in her handwriting. "If you're reading this, then I'm gone. There is a dangerous thing in this hospital. It can copy the face and voice of people you love. So if you ever see or hear me after I'm dead, don't trust and answer it. Just run because it isn't really me." My hands began to shake. Mom was warning me that the thing was trapped inside the hospital. Before I could think, my phone rang. The screen showed, "MOM calling." I dropped the phone. The nurse's face turned pale. Then she pointed at the wall behind me. I turned around. A new patient photo had appeared. The other photos all had blurred faces, but not this one. This face was clear. It was mine. And beneath it, someone had written, "Next patient." I ran out of the hospital as fast as I could. I didn't stop, and I never looked back. From that day, I never returned to that hospital again.